At SummerSlam 2021, WWE gave us a dream feud. A feud that was actually first booked terribly, but at the end, it became one of my favorite feuds ever. And it gave me one of my favorite matches of all time. Two of my favorite women wrestlers, and for the most part, they cooked like crazy. So get your snacks, cause this is gonna be a good one. Let me tell y'all a quick story on how we got here. Growing up as a kid watching wrestling, my first two favorite women wrestlers were AJ Lee and Alexa Bliss. Two women that were the best at promos, and they both took over their divisions. But also, the peak of their careers both got cut short. We had AJ retire way too early, literally a few months before the Four Horsewomen got called up. And for Alexa Bliss, her peak got cut short once she got in a rivalry with Ronda Rousey. Once that started, she was never the same. She started to get injured and then she stopped wrestling a lot. The whole situation was just sad. So with both of my favorites either retired or not in their prime anymore, I had to find a new favorite women's wrestler. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a little lucky. Because at SummerSlam 2018, the same event Ronda beat Alexa Bliss in less than 5 minutes, this was the night Becky Lynch became the most loved superstar in all of WWE. This was the night she turned heel, and every fan was still rooting for her. Bro, this was the defining moment in Becky's career. She instantly became a fan favorite, and she just kept adding to that fire. Like when she pulled up to Raw with her crew, beat up everyone, and left like the biggest badass, Becky was just so over at this time, and she became my new favorite women's wrestler. We got to see her win the 2019 Rumble, and then she did something no one would have ever thought could happen. She was a part of the first ever women's WrestleMania main event, and I was there. I got to see Becky win 2 belts at damn near 1 a.m. and it was definitely worth it. Becky was one of my favorites to ever lace it up. Fast forward to Royal Rumble 2021, it was 2 years later, and this was the first WWE event I watched since WrestleMania 35. Cause after that WrestleMania, I took a break from wrestling, but I came back. And bro, I remember watching this and just falling right back in love with wrestling that night. It was just such an important event for me. One of the things that made me fall in love with this event was the Women's Royal Rumble match. This is where I saw Bianca Belair for the first time, and once I saw her, I knew exactly who I was rooting for in this match. Bianca was different. She had her own swag, she could fight, and she could do any move in the ring. She was really a 2K My player in real life. She was built different, bro. Wrestling wise, Bianca was love at first sight, and seeing her win that Rumble match made me a fan. It was an amazing moment. After Bianca's big win, it was only the beginning, cause we got to see her main event night 1 of WrestleMania 37 with Sasha Banks. This was the first black women's WrestleMania main event, and the first women's main event since Becky Lynch's match. And I promise you, Banks and Belair didn't disappoint. They gave us damn near a perfect match. It's just timeless. At the end, Bianca was standing tall as the new SmackDown Women's Champion. And at this point, she was only on the main roster for 12 months. And she was already out here getting big moments like this. Bro, I love this run from Belair. Yeah, I didn't have AJ Lee or Prime Alexa Bliss or even Becky Lynch, but Belair was holding it down. She was right behind Roman in 2021 for me. In just 6 months of me watching her, she became one of my favorite wrestlers in the WWE. 132 days into Bianca's title reign, it was August 21st, 2021, and this day was gonna change everything. It was SummerSlam, the day after CM Punk came back to wrestling. And on the day of SummerSlam, bro, everyone was hyped. I still remember it like yesterday. My family had a cookout this day and I didn't go cause it was SummerSlam. I missed out on a whole black family cookout, bro. So I was feeling like WWE better cook. It was life or death. But honestly, I wasn't worried. We were getting Roman vs Cena, Edge vs Rollins for the first time, and Banks vs Belair too. So we were eating good. I ordered some Domino's pizza with the cinnamon twist. Bro, just know I was ready. But to start it off, we didn't even get Belair vs Banks. It got canceled. After these fools played the promo package and all, they say, nah, this match isn't happening. Bro, what? They had Carmella replace Sasha Banks. Listen, I love Carmella. I feel like she's very underappreciated, but we was supposed to get Banks vs. Belair too, and it was gonna be a movie. Nah, honestly, that messed up my whole mood until Becky's music hit. Becky was back and I couldn't even believe it. I went from annoyed to happy in seconds. I went straight to the kitchen, threw my food in the microwave, and I was ready to see two of my favorites go bar for the first time ever. Becky and Bianca in the same ring. Bro, this was one of my biggest dream matches. Seeing them both just in a ring together was magic. They both played such a big role in me watching wrestling, and now I'ma see these two fight. Man, life was good, teeth and palms and all, y'all. But dude, before I could even sit down and get comfortable, Becky hit her with a weak fake rock bottom. It wasn't even her finisher, and went for the pin already. 1, 2, 3. Yo, I lost my smile. I couldn't even believe it. This is what these fools booked. They had to be on crack. They had Becky beat Bianca in one move. This was supposed to be a dream match, and they had the nerve to make this match 26 seconds. I didn't even get to take one bite of my food. This ruined my whole day. I couldn't even enjoy the rest of this event anymore. It killed my whole vibe. This was one of the only times WWE made me this mad. I was ready to crash out. They had me ripping shirts like Hulk Hogan from back in the day. But nah, Bianca lost clean and I couldn't even make an excuse for her. That right there was one of the worst booking decisions of all time. It was disrespect. I honestly could have stopped watching wrestling that night. It was personal. After that traumatizing match, I wasn't a Becky fan anymore. It's crazy cause she was my favorite for a while, but seeing Bianca lose like that, I couldn't take it. Becky was public enemy number 1, Robbie after he kicked Miguel off the railing. Because not only did Becky take her championship in 26 seconds, but she was out here disrespecting Belair for fun, weekly. Like, yeah, I know she was a bad guy, but she was just getting mad lucky. Like at Extreme Rules, it was a one-on-one. Bianca was cooking her and everything, but right before she could get the win, now Sasha Banks wanna come out and ruin everything. Like, where were you at SummerSlam? Dude, Bianca just had the worst luck. She would grind and grind to get an opportunity, but Becky was somehow always still to win. It was annoying. They made Bianca go all the way to the back of the line. They robbed her. So for the next few months, Belair had to do everything in her power to get back to Becky Lynch in the Women's Championship. First, she started off by being a sole survivor at Survivor Series 2021. We be talking about Ziggler coming back 3-1, but what about Bianca? She came back 4-1. Bianca was out here doing some special stuff. While for Becky, she fought Charlotte at Survivor Series for Raw vs SmackDown, and she beat her. Then her next few opponents were Liv Morgan and Piper Niven, and Becky beat both of them. She wasn't losing anymore, she was starting to become unstoppable. But we already knew who could stop her. So at Elimination Chamber 2022, not only did we see Bianca and Alexa in the same ring for the first time ever, which was just a full circle moment for me, but Bianca won the chamber match, and B getting this win earns her a championship match with Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 38. After all these months of her getting to the back of the line, we witnessed her go 0 to 100 real quick. Bianca climbed all the way back to the top, and now it was smoke for everybody. The road to the WrestleMania match was heated. It gave you everything you wanted to see, from Bianca literally whooping and bruising Becky with her hair, to a few weeks later, Becky pulled up with scissors trying to cut Bianca's hair. Not gonna lie, I was scared because if she would've did this, there was no coming back. But thank God Bianca got her hands on them scissors, and this is when I knew this feud was getting very, very serious. Cause Bianca was standing on business. She got them scissors and actually started cutting Becky's hair. And y'all know I was mad happy. So going into this highly anticipated WrestleMania match, I was scared, but also very hyped. April 2nd, 2022, the day we've all been waiting for. WrestleMania 38 Night 1. To start off, the entrances alone gave this match that big match feel. Becky came out of the Benz with a brand new hairstyle, and Belair came out with a rocking band and one of her best attires. So I already knew these two were finna cook. Bro, Stevie Wonder could see that these two were finna have a classic 5-star banger match. Once the bell rung, they started the same way their SummerSlam match did. Becky hit her with an early rock bottom, just like the first match. 1, 2, kick out. Bro, this near fall was mad crazy. My heart actually stopped. If that match would have ended like that, just know I wouldn't be here doing wrestling videos with y'all. It really was all almost over. Once Bianca got out of that BS, I knew the games was over. None of that whack stuff was gonna work. This was the match the SummerSlam one was supposed to be like. We had those two going back and forth, and you could tell how this match was so important for both of them. Like Bianca was out here doing 450 splashes off the second rope. Then Becky hit her with this crazy kick to the face. It was just a brutal spot. After that move, Bianca's whole eyes started bruising up bad. This match right here was just mad intense. It was really move for move. It was everything I dreamed of. Bianca hit that KOD on her and got the 1, 2, 3. Belair was a champ again. This was a perfect wrestling match. One of my favorite matches of all time, easily in my top 3 all time. Seeing Bianca finally beat Becky after everything, this was a moment I needed. This was a day when the short beef with me and Becky Lynch ended, and all that love I used to have for her came right back. In my eyes, she's the GOAT for the women. She helped so many careers, and it's time to give her flowers, bruh. And for Bianca, she's my favorite women's wrestler of all time. She's just giving me too many moments that it doesn't even compare. And this feud became one I'll never forget. Bianca and Becky were really wrestling soulmates. But let me know how you guys feel about this feud, because bro, I loved it.